Call the meeting to order.
I'm Gilly.
Here.
Jim Kimball. Here. Mark Thomas.
Yes, here.
Mary Wiles.
Here.
Mike Noel. Trevor Warren. Diane Schultz.
Here.
Jim Coulter.
Next thing is pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
Is there an invocation?
Heavenly Father, we're thankful for the opportunity to invoke your blessing, Lord, to request help, wisdom, understanding, patience, grace, Father, all the things that we lack often and need. Father, I pray that you would grant help to this committee, Lord, to these officers, these people who have given their time to serve this town. Father, I pray for a spirit of unity, Lord, that will come and help them to do the work that they're called here to do, a work that's been divinely assigned by you, Lord, and also the constituents here. Father, I pray that you would bless them, Lord, and their families. And I pray that you would give wisdom and grace to make the right decisions and do the right things. Father, I pray that as compromise is needed, that you would give grace to be able to work those out. And Lord, we know that we live in an imperfect world, and there are often imperfect decisions we must make. Father, and I pray that you give us strength and boldness to do what's best as we're able. Father, I pray for our community. Father, we need your blessing. We need deliverance, Lord, from the sins and the problems that ail us so badly, Father, that affect our families and our schools and in our community, Father. We need your light just to shine forth. We need your people, Lord God, to step up. And Father, we need you. And I ask that you would be with us tonight, that you guide our hands and our mouths and our hearts. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. Next thing is to adopt the agenda. Motion and second.
Anthony Kimball.
Yes.
Mark Thomas.
Yes.
Mary Wiles.
Yes.
Diane Schultz.
Yes.
Mrs. Dr.
Next thing is approve the August minutes. I believe that was August 5th. No. Yes, that's August 5th. somehow September 4th minutes didn't get put on that approval of minutes. The applicant was, why they approved it tonight, was like,
I, for one, cannot because I was not here. I don't know if you have a quorum of three to approve the minutes.
go away. Okay. Oh, let's see. Next item is this ordinance that is authorizing the city to enter into that agreement with the collector. And
I make a motion for a first reading.
that's right, this is a different one.
I have a question. What is Exhibit A? Probably talks about Exhibit A, Section 1.
She's had a deal with
What's the problem?
Jeff, what's exhibit A to this ordinance? The agenda.
Not that I'm aware of. Is that her contract? What now? That's their contract, isn't it? That's right. I just don't have that with me.
Where is it at?
Where is it?
Did she send it?
I don't remember seeing it. I just don't remember seeing it.
Good idea.
You're right, that's their half. That's their
I just read that. That's what I'm saying. Right from
my co-host, not in that room. Okay. Oh, thank you. That's good little water. We would have been behind.
Anthony,
You
Mary,
can see what's in there. It's very-
Diane, at this point, I feel until the addendum or the cooperative agreement is attached to this, that we should pass this ordinance until next meeting. I think that the addendum should be attached to the ordinance, so we know in advance what we're approving.
You're talking about exhibit A.
It's an amendment to the original contract.
What's that?
Exhibit A is an amendment to the original contract with your addition.
Well, it's an addendum, right?
It's their-
Basically an add-on to that contract.
It's a description of their plan.
Right.
Something you can display in the parking lot or something, so you can see the car coming here.
Well, evidently, we didn't get, we sent out, we got exhibit A. Now, how you got exhibit A, I don't know.
I don't have Exhibit A, that's what I was asking.
Okay, so nobody's got exhibit A, okay.
So I make a motion that we pass ordinance number 573 until we have exhibit A, the addendum.
We're going to table it.
Table it or pass it, table it, same difference.
Well, no, let's table it till we get it done, and I already know what we're doing.
Okay, we can do that.
And then it's probably just, I think it's just a matter of having them produce it, but have it in the morning by 9 o'clock.
Okay. Again, I reiterate, I make a motion to table ordinance number 573 until we have exhibit A, which is referenced in that ordinance as an addendum.
I'll second it.
Ed Kendall.
Yes.
Paul Thomas.
Yes.
Mary Wallace.
Yes.
Diane Schultz.
Yes.
typically empty.
Okay. The next thing on here is this receipt management module from Summit/G-Works. I asked her, she writes out receipts for everybody. You got a main and a carbon copy. According to what I found in the cost, those carbon copies are costing $2,200 a year. I asked someone about this, and they gave me a cost, and sent me some literature on it. I'll pick out just a few things on this receipt. Of every type of payment from a single window, whether it's utility billing, auto license, permits, credit. Makes it easy to print a receipt for customers paying in person, eliminating the need to handwrite, tight controls of handling the money, date and time stamps each payment with a receipt, endorse checks with date and time receipt, validates checks for deposit only into the appropriate bank account, prints receipt listing, report at the end of the day to assist in balancing cash drawers and preparing deposit slips, facilitates proofing that what you put into the bank is the same as what you put into your simple city system and what you update to the general ledger. Eliminates handling transactions multiple times, provide division of responsibility, utility billing, interest and receipts, credit card interface. There is that, not that we have to use it. Creates deposits and pending deposits in the bank reconciliation module that we have.
So does it do a daily reconciliation then? That's perfect, because if
Matter-
there's any error, it's found in that day's work.
Oh, and it does this over and above. Like I said, I have talked to that quite a bit, have sent this information. According to what I understood, that's over and above or part or in conjunction with the bank reconciliation module that we have.
Right, or even that the state would mandate as
That's
far as
true.
reconciliation, because when I was treasurer, it was 30 days, for reconciliation. So if we can do a daily reconciliation, that minimizes error potential.
That's kind of what I thought.
Right.
Now, if I can find the wrong sheet, here. Okay. I'll find it. Bear with me. I need some more paper. That's all. Well, I can tell you what it is. It's upfront, it's $2,000 to begin. It's $500 to put it on the computer, $125 per hour, that's 4 hours. And the machine is roughly, without zeroing in, right at $800. And the way I understand it, that's one of those machines that you set the check in, it, goes back and forth. And when he explained that, I'm glad that it was talking. Now, the other thing, I had another conversation with him, which I wasn't aware of this, but not only can the collector use it, but the court can use it. And once these, I don't know if our computers are set up for her to do that right now. Of course, that's another avenue that we're looking at. However, like he said, the court can use it also. And after that, see, you've got a price every year, a license fee and support. It's about half and half. That was $570 some each for just that module.
Just for that module.
Right. But you've got right at $4,600 right now for all the other modules that we're using. So,
Does the court still use the online payment system that they established?
they've got one module that's $810, and another module that's
No, it's separate from
169.
Summit.
Yeah,
They have a system separate from Summit that they take fine, they put, you can pay your fine online.
That I was not aware of. That I was not
I
aware of.
thought they did that for years.
So is this set up where when the court uses it, that whatever entry she makes, they'll be isolated? from
Yep.
that?
Yeah, it would be the same system, the same setup, but a separate account.
Which I had no idea that it could do that. And when you said that even made more sense to me. And only because, I'm sitting here thinking that we're spending $2,200 roughly on these carbon copies, and all we've got at the end of the year is yellow paper in a box.
Right.
And next year, we're going to spend another $2,200. Every year after that, another $2,200. And after I realize it's $3,200 to get going to start with, but after that, it's $570. I think over the course of 2-3 years, it'll more than pay for itself.
Does it have its own backup program?
Yes, it's got its own backup, yes.
It sounds good and all that, but I was wondering how carbon copies can cost $2,200 a year.
You can't believe the amount of receipts we write.
Pardon?
The amount of receipts we write is unbelievable.
I know, but
I didn't believe it either. I didn't believe it either. But that's what, how many did we get last year? Do you remember?
I don't know how many, but that's really good.
Well, I asked you how many boxes, how many books you had.
We sit roughly between a little over $1,000 on receipt request.
Right, and they're in triplicates, I believe, the original.
$2,500 for the whole year,
I mean, for the whole composite, you're not.
right? To handwrite all these receipts.
Because it isn't just the original and a copy like a carbon list, they're done in triplicates, the white, the yellow, and the pink, which is a customer, and
Yep.
the others to tear off to go with reports. Those get costly when you start doing receipts in triplicate, carbon
Okay,
lists.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I had another question. Are there any plans to incorporate payments by debit card anytime soon?
We've had both banks that have called about that. We haven't had them come and give a presentation yet. And I couldn't even tell you what the costs are. They want to come and talk about it. If I understood this, Jess, you can go through the bank. Is that right? You can go through the Bank of Missouri right now, or the community bank. And both of them have talked about it.
Thank you.
Okay? So,
For that receipt module, I guess when we get more particulars on it and we can look at it,
they sent me quite a bit of paperwork on that, but that, pretty much in a nutshell, hit on the key points that seem to be a real positive, I thought. And I think you guys know I'm not about spending a lot of money, but to spend it wisely or spend it effectively, I think, in my opinion, I think it would be a good thing.
so they can set up this remotely at the rate of $100.
That's how they do it. Yeah.
Estimated 4 hours.
Well, you sit there and
It's
watch
not
it.
even required personnel to be here, no,
Nope.
they take over your system and do it.
Right. Just like when we had changes in the budget, I sat there and watched that guy punch in the new line items we wanted, and he typed in the name of that, I just sat there and watched him do that. Where he was at, I don't know. It was in someplace in the country, someplace in the United States.
I think this is, sounds like a good thing from the perspective of accountability.
And the reconciliation part.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what caught my eye.
When they say additional implementation service hours are available at the rate of $125 an hour, what would additional implementation?
Well, I would say it's, you get one of their reps in here to have to do something, just like when they put it on our computer. Yeah, they're $125 an hour.
Well, yeah, that's not to get a rep in here, that's
No,
just,
no.
that's just to call them and talk to them.
Well, and like I said, when they put that on there.
And
it's not mine.
on-site services is $800 a day plus travel expenses.
That's what they charge.
Get lodging.
That's why if you, for instance, if you're gonna have a person from that company come and, let's say, train a brand new collector, if I remember right, it starts about $1,300. So and I've been in here a few days when Lou's had a problem, and she has called still call it some of the keepers, and we get the guy on the top there named Steve. We're almost on a first name basis. So she'll call, we'll get him, she's got a problem, he walks her through it, and resolves it right there on the phone. And there's things that come up that you know, I hadn't thought about, just little things, you know, how do I do this, how do I do that?
According to, are you getting billed every time she calls?
Uh,
Do they bill us every time she calls?
No.
no.
Say,
When you pay your yearly prescription,
yeah,
That's the support.
there's so many.
That's
you
part of
get
the
so many
support.
before you
I
tell her.
mean,
Someone,
Recover.
yeah,
Mr. Mayor,
yes.
I'm new here, so I don't know what I need to say to get recognized. Am I doing that correct?
You're fine.
Okay. Is it my understanding that this is something you're considering purchasing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have you gotten bids from other companies as well?
there's no sense getting a bid from anybody else, as far as I'm concerned. In my opinion, when you've got 8 or 9 modules already from Summit, with the cost that they've got, what do I want to say, the commitment, the hours, we've had Summit modules with them since 2005, which I didn't even know. I actually got a list of all the modules that we've got, how much they are, license and support, and how long we've had them. The oldest one goes back to 2005. There's 3 of them that were all purchased in 2006, and that all had to do with the administrative side. And then the other 2 were next year, and that wasn't that. That was something different. Yeah, and we've had these a long, long time. Just like collector's module now is from Summit. It used to be through Thoroughbred. But Thoroughbred and Summit didn't talk too well together to each other. And as a result, I think we have less errors now that we've got the collector software from Summit as opposed to Thoroughbred. So, and they have 8, what do they have? They've got 20 modules. I didn't know that either. They have 20 of them. It doesn't mean you got to buy all 20. You know, it's something that you just build on over time.
Thank you.
And the other reason that I kind of brought this up is, as we all know, we've been working on this budget. And I went over that. That's one of the reasons I went over all this, because of the software expense that we have, like on the administration side, on the court side. We don't have any with the police, that kind of thing. And I thought, well, see what this would cost. So,
Hey, Helen, I also had a note that says, with the purchase of any of the above optional software, additional training days or hours will be required. Now, is the collector going there or are they coming here?
no. Yeah. Well, you're talking about over and above, all that list right there, there's 20, 21 things else that you can buy on top of that. I'm just talking about the receipt module itself. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of things you can add to it. They've got another module that I won't say, this particular module can do everything. Would we have it do everything? No.
So then what we need to do is if we have a backup collector, we have to have our original collector train that person as opposed to having somebody come down. Period. Would that qualify them?
If everybody passed out tomorrow morning, if it came down to me, I had to get on that computer, not that I want to. Let's say things get that dark, I can call these people. They can walk me through
But
that.
what I'm saying is if we hire maybe an assistant to be like a rotator.
Well, then you would hope that the woman that's up there, we don't have to call,
Okay, so that's what my point.
we don't have to call
is.
someone. I'm telling you,
Able to train.
repetition up there is probably your best educator.
Okay, that's what I was getting.
Yeah. Ran into a problem. We got one guy that has 2 different water meters. It's only one name. But when you punch his name up, all you get is 1 count. So how do you do that? I never thought about that before. So then we called something about that. How do you produce it? How does that register this? Just like $35 refunded to a person. There was nothing on there for that. I had to call them, send the line item, go through that, figure that out, and now it's all there.
2 separate, maybe 2 separate accounts.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
But it, like I said, it all have the same number.
Yeah, I
That's,
understand.
and I could see how that could happen. I wouldn't have
Right.
thought about that. Just like I said, it's just little things every day that you watch and it goes that happen.
Right.
Now, and I'm not, like I said, I don't mean to spring this on you. I was pretty happy about what I found and what it would do, and the fact that over the course of time it would save money. And it's something that if you guys want to read up on some more, we don't have to agree to this tonight.
I have a question for Sarah.
Yes.
Is there any other towns around us that have that system?
Richland has it, Crocker has it. If I remember right, Waynesville has some
I
also.
think so.
Nope, they've all
No.
got it. Oh. Oh, I got everything.
Yes, you do.
Stupid question. Oh, there it is, right on top. Oh, my God. There you go. I don't look at much paper, I guess.
Would that system let our city have auto pay? So the city could deduct our one bill?
No, it's more, I don't see this as auto pay. What I see is getting rid of handwritten receipts, going to that type of thing. Just like when you go down to Walmart, you give them a check, zoom, 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 comes back. It's that kind of a piece of equipment.
Right now, at the end of the day, they hand calculate
Yes.
all the money that has come in here and come up with a total.
Yes.
This would print it out and say, this is what you should have, so
Yes.
they don't have to hand calculate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it allows for less error here and there. And if it is by reconciling daily, you don't have to wait 30 days and dig through your records and see where the error was made. One day is easier to go through, much easier than 30 days.
Basically, you had your bank statement reconciled when you got it.
Yes.
That'd be different, wouldn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
right. I don't know about you guys, but I would like to table this till the next meeting so I can read and
I'd like
request.
copies of all this, so.
Sure.
I was just going to say that I would request that you give that information to Jesse and have him email all of us so we can look at it ourselves.
Well, and the other thing too is I got a hold of this, I've talked to him, I've read it 2 or 3 times, so if that makes any sense.
Right.
And
Well, there's
and
a
we
lot
may
of-
have, just like Exhibit A, we may have forgotten to send this.
Right.
So,
So I make a motion that we table this until the next meeting so we have an opportunity to review the receipt management icon module for the collector's office and that the mayor provide the council members with copies of their outline with regard to that module.
sure.
I'll second that.
No, that was Mary.
Mary, second.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Carl Thomas,
Yes.
Mary Wiles,
Yes.
Diane Jarrett.
Yes.
That's 4-0 for receipt module to be tabled until the next meeting.
We'll get that info to you tomorrow.
Great.
And do you still have that, Mary? I think it's the only copy I got. I'm aware of.
And I think we skipped one, we forgot to approve the bills.
Move back up.
What did we skip?
Approve, ratify.
Oh, ratify the suspension of bills. Would you have a list of those? What's that? Oh, I got it. Now, does this include the electric bill, the workman's comp, and Jeff Thomas? What's that? These are the bills, these are the old debt that was paid, that approached 15,000. accounts payable activity.
So, yeah, I was looking at that too, it's a pretty big number.
Yeah, Little Red Candy Road. No, I should put that in.
Page 3.
No, that's what I got, is page 3. I don't see anything like that.
It's a claims fund summary.
How much?
General water, sewer, streets, and library.
Is that for the year? Is that for the 30th of August? Is that what that is?
Mary, I gotta admit, I don't have a copy of it.
Just a moment.
It's business licenses.
This is the last page on the bill.
I got it right here, it's all I got. Let's see what it is. What is it? What is it? This came from Summit? Okay.
That top one's pretty big.
Well, we all know that, we don't have that. I'll find out more.
Yeah, please do.
What's that?
The library, no way.
What do you
It's
got?
like 3 years worth there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Hmm? What's that? Keep in mind, the 7,500 is that recurring gas usage electric bill. I talked to him yesterday. What we're behind is 68.92 and some odd cents. We're down to less than $7,000 in our old debt to gas usage. And there's probably workman's comp on here, which is roughly, was it 3,000 every month? Roughly 3,000. Of course, the water bill, which wasn't on here this time.
Water pharmacy fee.
Is that for the testing, just? The water
Pharmacy
prices?
fee. The DNR?
Well, the privacy fee is once a year.
All
And we have to pay and then we charge the whole, the number of us, like 46 cents.
Oh, that's that September fee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we pay it and we're deferring. Okay.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question?
Yes,
Another one.
sure.
You couldn't want me to leave.
No?
I, of course, wasn't here for the history of all this, but I was just wondering how the city gets behind on their electric.
Nobody left me a note, ma'am. Well,
I
nobody
served
left,
on
no,
the-
I want to answer that question.
Yeah.
Let me answer that question. I didn't know. Now, I sat here in February, so when they were finalizing the last budget, and there were debts and bills and that kind of thing, and they had talked about it, and no disrespect or anything like that, and they were all put together, and I never gave it a thought. And when I came in here in April, I asked, well, what do we still owe? And there were those manila folders, and we had an alderman that wanted to help, but unfortunately couldn't, and I sat down and with the assistant office assistant, assistant clerk, whatever you want to call it. And we went through those, and I came out the fact that when I entered office, we owed $188,000 in back debt. I can show you bills that go back to 2015.
Is that
Why,
all?
I don't know. Now, hang on, why, I don't know. So what are you gonna do? What I did was I sat and put those in order of the oldest to the newest. Also, I took a look at the ones that were the smallest to the most expensive. So what we've been trying to do, in my mind, and they agreed, is 180, you take 180,000, 15,000 a month, times 12 months, we should get it taken care of, which, as a side note, we will. But, so we started in on that. Where do we start? Pay these old bills. And that's what we've been doing, trying to take care of this old debt. In the meantime, keep up with payroll. We haven't missed any payroll. But I can tell you for a fact that back in February, payroll was approaching $35,000 every 2 weeks. And I would say that right now, payroll has never exceeded 19,000 and has been averaging 15 to 16,000. So with that being said, there's some money now that you can use for your old debt. We've got a lot of people satisfied, a lot of small debts. You just have to do it over the course of time. I've got two great big ones, another big one, but it will be taken care of too. And that's what can you do?
Mayor, may I speak?
Yes.
I'm from the previous council, and when we took office, we had inherited almost $200,000 worth of debt from the prior council, which was published as 60,000 in the black in the newspaper. However, we were 200,000 in debt for bills prior to taking office. The problem that came up is, one, that some of the meters, water meters, were the wrong meters for the size pipe. So we've had a great water loss in the city. It wasn't being calculated correctly because it didn't have the right meter. Also, the trash truck was constantly breaking down. There was problems, so we contracted that out, which now we are making revenue by an administrative fee each month. Basically, the city was insolvent. We had to cut back employees' hours, going back to 30-hour work weeks. We had to lay employees off because, quite honestly, the city was borderline bankrupt. Okay? So when you ask how can an electric bill get that high when you don't have the revenue to even meet payroll and you're having to borrow other funds because of the debt that we incurred or assumed from prior administrations, monies that were not properly spent, especially bond monies, that were not properly spent, not placed in restricted accounts to be used what they were supposed to be used for, but just placed into general revenue. It sustained the city for a while, but once that money is gone, you don't have that. And that's what happened with the administration, the prior administration.
So how far back does that go?
Well, ma'am, I can tell you probably for a number of years. Because when were the bonds started?
Started 2 or 3 years ago.
15.
In 15, that sounds about right, about 4 years ago. When those bond monies came through, I really think instead of being placed in restricted accounts, like I said, and the expenditures on those bond monies should have been restricted or limited to what you can use them for.
But the council that you were on, they also, like you talked about, I don't want to say split hairs, but they started to put the money where it was supposed to be.
We went under that council when we found out that the bond monies were placed into just general revenue to spend any old way they wanted to. We took those bond monies and we set them up in individual accounts like they should have been from the get-go. So, like I said, when the bond monies came through, it went into a general revenue, and it made it look like the city was doing great, when in fact it wasn't. They were spending monies that they really shouldn't have been spending.
So
And did you not get to a point of,
then are they still in the same position?
what's that?
No, these are prior
I said,
mayor and
They're
council
all
members.
prior.
as I sit here right now, every bond payment will be paid today. Every bond payment for next year will be paid today. But we have to wait until they give us the bill, okay? Now furthermore, they really want you to have another year in the account. Now, we don't have that. We're kind of approaching starting out on a couple of them, but not right now. But we have enough right now. And that was the main focus that even the the mayor on his way out said, you've got to take care of those bonds.
That's right. And I mean, the city was insulted.
Yes,
It was.
you're close to being disappropriate. True story.
I got a question.
Yes,
If we've had this great accounting system and all these modules, how did it get that kind of mess in the first one?
I don't know, Carol. I really don't know.
I mean, you have to wonder why you want to invest more money in a system that obviously,
No, it wasn't the
That's not
system.
it
It was
is the
the,
system.
no.
It's whoever you.
it was the leaders.
It was the people,
It
yeah.
was
Yes,
whoever
exactly
gave the
right.
information.
Another thing, Carol, a lot of times, I used to call it the big pot. They said, what do you mean? They'd throw everything in one big pot and then they'd pay what they had to. And Carol, this goes back 20-some years when Karen was in here. I can show you where we were supposed to set up $1. I don't want to get into big history, but we were supposed to do this and this and set up for an account to buy a trash truck like she's talking about. And in 3 years, nothing was ever done. The money, it was never done. Now, you know, we go along, we think this is being taken care of. Now, I'll tell you what the real eye-opener was when they had that, Sean Decker, I think that's his name, he always said, boys, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep paying this out of one account. Like Barb said, this stuff has got to be separated. And as these guys know, going over the budget, there's even more, I don't want to say compartmentalizing, but there's more slots for money here and there than most people realize. Afterwards, Sean kept talking about that. And part of it was the library that got sparked that way. We'll go back a little bit. At that time, the library didn't have .15 to be funded. Right now, the library is funded on its own. So the library was getting paid out of the general fund too. We were always $10,000 to $15,000 short. So we'd have to borrow somewhere to make the budget balance. He said, you can't keep doing that. And so that's when this started. Also, we had the state audit. Of course, that was a performance audit. We even had a new company, Evers & Everstown, and I've got that audit somewhere. I haven't looked at it in quite a while. And they had recommendations that we could improve. Have they all been done? I don't know. I have to take a look. That's another thing on the list to take a look at.
And another thing that's created revenue was the $10 flat rate increase for water and sewer. These are things that have helped the city get on its feet to recover.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true. That's
So
very true.
it's not just the last year or two, it's past administrations that have led us to the brink.
I see it was a
And-
failure of
But
other
my
councils.
question is if you have this budget and you have this great accounting system, it's all of it in the budget, and then your budget shows you 60,000 in the black and you're actually 200,000 in the red.
Well, in the last 10 months,
Well, I understand, but that
Carol?
had nothing to do with a system like we're talking about this receipt system.
Absolutely.
We had nothing to do with that, and I cannot speak from the prior council as to how they performed their calculations. But I can tell you, as a prior council member and a current council member, that when I got into office, that made absolutely no sense to see $60,000 in the black published in the newspaper, and we've got $200,000 worth of delinquent bills sitting on our lap that was not incurred by the current council. Those were past debts. So I cannot answer for those council members or the mayor sitting at that time. That would have to be a question directed to them.
I can tell you, for the past 10 months, according to the bank statements, Carol,
Yeah,
the income was $1,028,000 and some odd.
yeah.
I didn't remember the last two figures. The expenses out at the same time in the 10-month period, $1,007,000. So according to that, we're $21,000 ahead. However, we got 2 more months to go. And I don't know if we're going to take in $102,000 in September or August and September. That make any sense? I looked at the bank statements, the income is part of the expense. So according to that, we haven't spent quite as much as we've taken in. Not very much, but it goes back to what she said. Prior to the 10% or $10 or whatever, that figure may have been different. That's possible, that might have been different. We might have been behind had you not done that. That's my opinion. Just looking at the numbers.
Well, the water loss alone is what
Oh.
was calculated. The water loss was incredible.
40%.
Not to name out like the high school and the nursing homes. And they are a 2-inch water line, and the meter that was placed on them was the wrong meter.
No.
And we were only getting 1/3 of the actual cost and usage from what I understand, the figures related to me. So-
117.
What?
117?
117.
Okay.
Not only that, something we've done here not too long ago, there was a water pressure device up there in the tower at high school. It didn't work. I don't know how long it hasn't worked. Once again, nobody left a note.
Yeah,
So now we've got a digital one up there, it's about the size of a shoebox. All right, $3,500. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Guess what? I've only heard one time since we put that in, that this tower was dribbling a little bit. And I would say we've already got our money back on that $3,500. If we're not losing money out of that tower.
Because I can remember where 3 or 4 days would go by and I'd watch that water run down my ditch.
You could plant rice below that.
Yeah, exactly. But see, you also have to take into consideration too, the way the bond was set up. There's a 5% annual increase that's to be applied to the utility bill, okay? And it was not implemented, okay?
For the 15 years, it was only done 7 times.
Thank you. And see, we're way behind on that. I mean, our water bill should be a little, way higher than what it is.
Basically, we had a mess dumped in our lap to figure out, and that's just putting it in very late
the
terms.
water bill gets any higher.
And it's a matter of taking baby steps, one step at a time to climb out. And there's no magical remedy. It's just hard work, shopping, doing what
Daily.
is best for the city, to see what makes the city more productive, what is cost savings, what generates more accurate records, et cetera, et cetera.
It's just like that well. The first thing that happens, that well goes bad. And just a little, so it goes bad, we're up here, well, I don't know, 0600 in the morning. Nobody's got any water. Well, that's fine. Except we owe Flynn Drilling $3,100. So what are you gonna do? We need a check. Otherwise, we're not coming,
That's right.
okay? That's no different than anybody else. So you don't, this is a no-brainer. You gotta pay them. So you come, then you sit there and you talk and talk and talk, and you talk and talk some more to see what you can do, as you well know, Carol.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, how low we can go. Can we do payments? Can we do this? Can we do that? Okay. Then we have another problem, you know? But through talking and negotiating, we got rid of an $8,500 bill. We could owe them another $8,500. Now, just in a side note, right, as we sit here right now, we don't owe Flynn Drilling anything. However, we could work on the park bill. But I'm not even gonna bring that up and want to talk about spending another $10,000 when we've got these other things. Because I'll tell you right now, if, you know how they're replacing a residential meter? They're taking one out of the house that it doesn't have water. Because we don't even have any residential meters on the shelf back there to replace it. We don't have one commercial meter to replace. Now, why don't we have that? Because we owe Midwest Meter over $9,100. What do they say? How are you gonna pay us? Not, can we sell you another meter?
Absolutely, I understand.
I figured you would, I hope you would,
I
yeah.
do understand, I just,
When she goes back to talk about baby steps, you got that, that's very, very
See, Carol, what
true.
you have to understand is it's not what has happened, it's what we're doing to correct what has happened. And this council has come together. We have a mayor and a city clerk, and we have a council here that is concerned considerably about the fate and destiny of this community, okay? And we're here to help better that, and that's exactly what we're doing. And I'm telling you, we're doing it. I recommend the mayor, he's doing a tremendous job.
I don't think anyone's questioning that, and I work hard for this community on several boards.
I know you do.
Yes.
So I'm not throwing this community in back. I've sat here for months and I thought, how on earth was this not seen a long time ago?
Okay, here's,
Well, it was seen, but it just wasn't active.
all right, let me give you one more example, Carol. I want to give you an example.
Okay.
Telephones. Okay, they owed some money, I want to say to Windstream. Had really no way of paying. Okay, so they go to an UMA phone system. UMA's much cheaper. Okay, they have it for a time period. Now it goes on the fritz. So we had a computer tech guy come up who happens to be a recommendation by the guy that Jesse knows, ITS out of Springfield, nationwide, could be worldwide for all I know. He shows up. He's on the phone for 45 minutes with UMA. This guy maintains it's UMA's fault. UMA says, oh no, it's all your fault. So what are you gonna do? We gotta have phones. So I said to this guy, ITS, what can you do for us? Okay? So to make a long story short, what have we got, $200 a month? Less than that for phones now.
Well, that's good.
Because I can show you the bills where 1 year, Windstream was paid $9,550 and some odd cents. Now, you tell me we didn't save some money by doing that, but the only way that happens is if you go through this stuff day by day and look at it and ask the question. I would have never known. I would have had no clue until we did it. The same thing with the printers. I'll tell you, and I don't mind telling you. They wrote our debt off, $3,100 some odd dollars. They won't do anything for us.
And the prior council wanted to get rid of it, but they were still under a contract. And they were paying for every piece of paper that was being printed off that. And I said, this is crazy.
3 cents a page.
Would the prior council even enter into a contract like that? But we had to live with it at that time because it was a contract.
And I'll tell you how I found out about this company. I'm up at the ambulance and they got a beautiful Lexmark. I said to Willie, where'd you get that? He told me. That's how I found that. Just ask him a question. Same thing with the postage meter. I'm gonna tell you guys something else. That postage meter was costing us over $456 per month to sit there. Plus you had to put postage in it like a parking meter. Okay? So I called Richmond, got the clerk. I said, ma'am, what do you do with your postage meter? Oh my God, Alan, we don't have that. I said, what do you mean? We went and got a permit. Really? So we went down, we explored that item. So now we have a permit, and what was it, $250 for the year? For bulk mailing?
Yeah, but we already had the permit.
We already had the permit. We already had the permit.
Just never utilized it.
Never utilized it, because nobody asked.
This is where other councilors don't do research, okay? They're just here for the meeting and then they're gone. But if you have people that really are concerned, they do the in-depth study and research that's necessary to find out what will help the city to work and function better. And to be honest with you, we're saving a tremendous amount of money because of the changes that have been made.
We'll have 2 rubber stamps. Because the collector didn't want one. She said, Alan, we have to have one too. Because we had to put, if you looked at your last utility bills, those were stamps. Let me tell you, I don't ever want to do that again. I can't get them. It's like an elephant trying to type right. Man, I could hardly get them off. That's what we had to do.
I have my answer. I know exactly what happened.
And see, you also have to understand too, Carol, that there was a lot of overtime that was not.
I've got my complete answer. I understand the whole situation completely.
I mean, it goes around in a big circle when it comes to the front.
Let me put it this way. I'm fortunate enough, or unfortunate enough, however you want to put it. I come in here for an hour or 2, next thing I know it's noon. Well, there's things that happen in here every day. I mean, you can write a book, whatever. But by having time to look at this stuff, ask some more questions. For instance, I was able to go through all the electrical accounts. I didn't know how they work. I do now. I didn't know how the gas worked. I know how it works now. I know how they build. I know how that works. See, I didn't know that because I never thought about looking at it or what that was for. And we find out some of those aren't even labeled correctly. But whoever labeled them to begin with, they knew what it was for. So.
I got it. I understand. I understand everything completely.
Right.
I know in my mind exactly what happened.
So did we ever make a motion?
Did we ever do what we were supposed to do?
Did we make a motion to table the receipt model?
Yes.
Good.
We did, we said, I don't know if we,
Yeah.
Okay, I think, yeah.
Did it?
Okay.
yeah, by God, we did that, okay.
Right now, we're on the red line.
What's that? Oh, we're still on the red final, yes.
Right,
Like I said.
This, I'm gonna be honest with you, is the only one that I have a problem with.
Which one is that?
Because I kind of think that's a conflict.
Well, that came
Now,
The third one from the bottom.
emergency.
out of, what was that, debt services? The elite trucking?
I don't.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
all.
High school look.
yeah.
Says high school look.
High school, well,
That's when the high school welfare had to schools and they had to bring all that salary before they could get the
They're
big.
working on this.
that was the building.
That's the rule or something.
That included this.
No, I don't know what to say. I live across the street.
One was back.
But I'm trying to avoid it. I'm trying.
But, I mean, I'll make the exception this time, because I understood the particulars, what was going
And I
on.
want you to understand, I didn't try to take, you ought to know me by now. I'm not gonna try and take it, get it sliding in by anybody.
That, and I appreciate that. But I think for future reference, we should,
If this happens again, we're gonna do something different.
we have to curtail because it's a conflict.
Right. Yeah. You can call it an emergency, but I think the emergencies are over.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
I make a motion that we let's accept the, or approve the bills as written.
Okay. You made a motion?
Yes.
Is there a second? To ratify these bills.
Also.
Thank you.
It's hard to form here now, that's not sure.
And Campbell,
Yes.
Earl Thomas,
Yes, with the exception of Jeff Thomas' legal fees,
Oh,
I abstain.
okay.
Mary Wells,
Yes.
Diane Schultz.
Yes.
Passes 4-0, except for, Earl Thomas, and yourself and Jeff Thomas is legal fees. Right, so.
The next thing on here, turns out it's not AT&T phones for the police department. It is hotspots. Now, it is hotspots. Now, back on a meeting on January 17th, 911 update. It says here they were able to live with the radios but not laptops until hotspot has been purchased. Bart Thomas made a motion to purchase the hotspot and the data plan, $49 plus $455, which equals $504. Seconded by Brent Swanson. Carried 6-0.
Right.
Gary? So at that time, it was $504. Now evidently this is $900?
Yes, sir. At the time that they approved this, they approved by prepaid cards,
Okay.
and we didn't have the equipment. We weren't ready for them because our laptops weren't ready. We kept putting them off. It made no sense to go buy prepaid cards that we're not using. So we waited until everything's ready. Everything's ready now. We got the bid from AT&T, the FirstNet program, which is a secure network for law enforcement, for mules. They're donating all the equipment and hotspots, and our fee is $76.
And it's not on the wish list, it was mandated.
It is mandated by the 911 contract that we have laptops and silent dispatch in our vehicles.
And the total cost, but you got the hotspot donated, did you say?
I had a private citizen that donated a hotspot. AT&T donated the second one.
Okay, that's all you need?
Correct. But our monthly fee is $76.
To use.
I think that's reasonable. I make a motion that we approve the fee of $76 a month.
For the AT&T hotspots.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Anthony, second.
Yes.
And Campbell,
Yes.
Earl Thomas,
Yes.
Mary Wells,
Yes.
and Diane Schultz.
Yes.
$76 per month, passes 4-0 on hotspot.
And just for a note, I believe that was figured in your budget.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just couldn't find that where he had mentioned it. I was able to find that to go back to give a record of what it was.
Put that under equipment or something.
What'd you put that under here?
Equipment
On your budget? Was that under like telephone or was it for internet?
No, I believe it's equipment, small children equipment.
Right.
Okay.
That's what goes back to what we were talking about, if it was software expansion, hardware expansion, just what it was.
Okay, great.
Next item, as I understand it, is, let's see, the new business license for, let me see this here. I buried that thing, sorry. Missouri Mama Boutique LLC. it says here. Oh, excuse me. 153 Sagebrush Lane.
Where is that? Where is
Mo-
that?
And I think this year is, she is,
Iberia.
house, included right on the other, he's, should be working on a house on it.
Oh, and she's paid it already.
Oh, okay.
Is
So
that correct?
she's doing internet sales, kind of like, you know,
Where is the sagebrush?
I don't know. I don't know.
There is none in the city of Dixon.
Okay.
You think she's out of town?
It's
The
in-
nearest one is Iberia. Sagebrush Lane.
Maybe she's selling stuff
it's
in
in,
town.
and it would be potential sales in the city.
She sells stuff in
So,
Tennessee?
yeah.
What?
Anybody that has internet access can go online that lives in the city and purchase.
Which leads to another thing later on.
Yes.
Okay. So, are we making a motion to accept this?
To approve it, not to approve it.
Oh,
I make a motion to accept the business license of Missouri Mama Boutique.
I'll second it.
And Campbell.
I wish I knew what she was selling. But, yeah. Yes.
Doesn't matter, she's selling it.
Ron Thomas,
Yes.
Mary Wiles,
Yes.
Diane Schultz,
Yes.
Ron Booty, passes 4-0.
What's that one on internet?
Could you explain that a little bit there? I didn't.
What is that called, Mary?
It's a business license for,
You can sell
So she can do
things
business in the city
online.
limits of Dixon.
She
What's
was
that
like
one?
She doesn't live in the city, but
What?
to do business.
Amazon?
No,
In the city.
no.
You have to
That
have a business
everybody.
it's
license.
just like when the Amish come in, they have to have a license to sell eggs and tomatoes.
Oh, so she actually comes into the city.
Evidently.
It's the big one.
Evidently, yes.
It's not all on the internet.
What's that?
It's not all internet then.
I don't know.
Well, internet she wouldn't have.
Yeah, she's gonna build it in the city limits of Dixon, she's gonna have to.
She's retail.
So if somebody has an internet business and they have to get a license for every city that they might sell something?
If the city would, that particular city would require it, I imagine so. That's my opinion, am I right? I don't
Well, I'm
know.
thinking she has a Dixon mailing address, right? Isn't that the reason why we're doing this?
I believe so.
Because she has an
I mean, it
existing.
just shows good business practice that she's trying to be legitimate.
Right,
if she has a business
She's got a Dixon mailing address, so.
I'm wondering if Cabot's coming up with issues, Cabot.
Oh.
Good point.
That's true.
Do
Good
we
point.
require everyone to have a business license that sets up a booth at Gowdy's? Because they rent through the chamber, so.
That goes through the chamber.
Yeah, but they're coming from all over the place, too. They come from Rockford, Richmond, and every place else, so they probably have their license wherever they're located.
I'll imagine.
Yep, to do business in the city, I mean, we're
Yes,
saying
I should
that they have to have a
Because
business
I go to the
license.
chamber meeting and find out.
Yeah. I wonder how that does work, because I'm not being receptive to
They're every Monday from now until Calais, that I know.
Is that part of their rental agreement and the buyer's right?
That might be.
I'm really not real aware of actually how they do that.
This is all.
Now, don't get me wrong, the Chamber of Commerce, they work well with us, I mean, they've got their own agenda, they hired, I went to a meeting, oh gosh, I remember so far. And of course, they were talking about bands we're gonna get, and they were talking about T-shirts and different things that they were gonna do. So, I thought it was good to sit there, listen to what they had to say, and I've been invited to everyone to those meetings, but I haven't been able to get to one in the last 2 weeks. Do you have something to say about Robert?
Yeah, I was gonna say about the business license. Anybody that does business by both state statute and city ordinance that does business in the city of Dixon is required to have a business license.
Okay.
I mean, like, what about Amazon? I mean, they sell stuff,
I'm not sure, but there's nothing concerning Amazon in either one.
well, they do business, I mean, kind of seems like that's the same deal with that right there.
If she's physically going to come to the
I
house,
think that's different.
soliciting time,
I think that's different.
It's on like sales tax based on your
If she's gonna set
address.
up a booth like at HL, I understand, but if it's just gonna be at Cowdays, or she's gonna sell stuff to people in the city limits all over the internet, online, I think she wasted $35.
Well, we approved it, okay? Tomorrow, if this woman walked in right now, I wouldn't know who she is. I thought maybe, might be out there tonight. Reach out, absolutely. reach out to her tomorrow and get some more information for you. How's that?
Thank you.
Okay? Okay. Next item is Steve Brown's alleyway on High Street. Is Steve here? Okay. Steve, maybe you can help us out on this.
When I bought my house 6 years ago, there's an alley next to it between me and my neighbor. It's, according to the courthouse, the legal dimensions are 20 feet by 132 feet. That particular alley, which was never paved, never an actual alley, I'm guessing, there is a sewer line that runs 15 feet below the surface there.
Let me stop you a minute. You're on High Street?
I am.
Where on High Street is there an alley?
There is no actual alley.
I was gonna say, because I.
There never has been. There is, no one owns it. I've been down to the courthouse and talked to.
Where would the alley be if it existed?
It would come straight off of, what is that street?
Sixth Street.
Is it Sixth?
Yeah.
Is it Sixth? It would take Sixth all the way to Dorset. But it would end up cutting off a house on Dorset.
Now, let me ask this. Is High Street the one that one side is in the city and one's not? Which side do you live on?
Now,
It's chunks.
Oh, sorry. Oh, go ahead.
some of us on that side of the street are in the city limits, and some are not.
Even on the left side?
Is it the city's alley?
That's what I'm
Is
saying.
there an easement?
What's in the courthouse?
The courthouse says they don't know.
What's the alley, because there's actually one alley that runs north and south and one that runs east and west.
Yes,
But you're just talking about the east and west,
right. Just the one chunk.
right beside you.
And that alley has a good-sized sewer line that goes through, is that what you were saying?
Yes, they're 15 feet deep. There's when they replace all sewer lines.
The main,
I think that was part of the sewer project,
It was
if I'm
part
not
of it.
mistaken.
Is it an alleyway or an easement?
It's an easement.
I think
Sounds
that was
like
part
it's
of
an
the sewer
easement.
project when they did the sewer project, because I remember John Doyle saying something on the council I was on, that he had some concerns about that because of where the sewer line was gonna run and adjacent to the people's property.
Right.
So, okay, all right, I know where you're at now.
Okay, yeah.
but that's okay, go ahead.
Yellow
Basically, no one owns it. It is.
The city does,
The
right?
city owns it.
Okay.
There's no taxes paid on it. I've been taking care of it since I moved in. When I moved in, the grass was 4 feet tall, along with the rest of my house, but, right.
So in other words, you want the city to
I-
maintain the property?
I would like to have it.
Oh, you don't have
I would like to
I
have
don't know that the city can give him that. If there's a main running through there,
it.
sewer
It would
line.
still be an easement.
Well, there's a difference, because you're talking easement as opposed to an alley that the city already owns.
Jeff, you have,
I haven't seen the needs, how, what the city's interested in is, if it's an easement, and there's a sewer line run on it, you really can't give it up. I mean, if it's an easement, you still own the property, we just have the right of way to come over.
Right,
There's a city actually owns the real estate. I mean, I don't,
there's that line there, but it goes beyond that.
even if there's an easement there, we can't build up on it or anything.
No, it wasn't just like
I
that.
mean, it's, what's it? It's over here.
would you allow us to use?
Oh, yeah. Something,
Now, don't get me wrong, I've been on the council as long as I can remember, there were some spots where, the alley was given up. But I do remember that every situation is a little different.
Right.
As far as the grass being high, I totally get that, those are on the list of things to do, as far as maintenance.
Does the sewer line go down the middle of it, or is it kind of over to the
It is
side?
actually to the side.
Closer to me, mine.
It is on the side.
See, and I would would not know that, but I do know somebody that would.
Who's Alex?
That's a question for John Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure our city engineer at the time, he had made mention of that in a city council meeting. And
Right.
the concern was where the location was in reference to the property.
Because it is, the sewer line itself is actually right on the edge of the property.
And there might be an easement on that too.
Right, there is an easement on that part, and that actually goes in, the easement goes into my property. But part of that easement does not go.
Well, that said, the sewer line could be attached to your line.
Diane, everything that was worked on and dug up had to have an easement.
Exactly.
It all had to be signed,
Yeah.
surveyed, whatever, so somewhere, okay. Let's see if I can-
Basically, where that sewer line or that easement is the very beginning of that 20 feet.
Beginning what?
Of the 20 feet on that alley, that is the very beginning.
That's 20 feet wide, 6 feet long, correct, Steve?
The alley is 20 feet wide and 132 feet long.
If it was never an alley, why are we calling it an alley?
That's
It's called an alley somewhere in the paperwork?
There is.
Down in the courthouse?
The courthouse probably, you know.
No, it's just like.
I don't know if the hours on that are on or not.
And when you go
Probably a
down
flat
to the end of it,
bridges.
the guy's got a big old chain
You would have to look
fence
at the plan.
blocking the outlet.
There's a lot of
I don't think
Just like-
there's a lot of people who built on the alleys.
That's
It's
right.
called an alley too.
Do you know
Just like
where
Hillsborough.
my son used to live? You go down, that's an alley between his house,
Yeah,
and
there's
somebody built a big.
Structure right in the middle of the alley.
Yeah,
It's not
chain
really
link
one.
fence. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is it, which way it's matter? I mean, I don't know where we're at.
I think the first thing that we would have to do, one, is request copies of the plat
Yeah.
with respect to that property to ascertain if it is in fact
At the end.
an alley, if there is easements in that alley, and how it runs, before we can even figure out what to do.
We want you to be satisfied. We need to satisfy too.
So I think we would need to get a hold of the assessor's office and request a plat for that particular area so we can see exactly what we're
We need
looking
to
at.
go to the recorder of deeds office.
Well, the recorder of deeds, I'd like to have a plat. at
Well, they
the
have the
assessor's
plats.
office. Huh?
Recorder of deeds have the plats.
Well, the assessor's office could give us a nice big plat, or we could see on that area exactly.
Yeah, when you go online and look, it has little red dotted lines.
Yeah.
And it says vacated outlet. Both running both east and west and north and south. On the assessor's website.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes?
there are other alleys here in town that are unmarked and people just mow and kind of climb on.
And fence them.
Use them as a.
But it might be a perfect way for the city to cover some of its debt if you sold those to the homeowners, if the city don't pay them.
Can't
I
sell
don't
that.
think that, I don't think.
Can't sell that.
You can't sell them.
No, if they did, was to sell them, they would have to have something in writing that they could own because of the sewer line and whatever.
Well, I don't know, sewer
In
lines.
the 25 years I've been associated with fourth-class city government, I've never heard them say that they would sell an alley.
I know, but it's just empty property.
But that's also on the wish list. You know, like he said, weeds 4 foot tall. I got a street that weeds are 6 foot tall. People are complaining. Can I be mad at them? No, because ours is 6 feet tall. So we gotta get that cleaned up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but we had a house down by Anthony that had, what the county told us was an alleyway through there, when we kind of wanted to know where the line was. And you would have never known it was an alley because it had no indication. It just looked like the neighbor's property and our property.
Well, you don't wanna get into a problem
Behind
like.
your house on Doyle Street, there's an alley that runs between him and you.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get into a problem like we had with the house down at the end of Andrew Street, which when Patterson sold those, they had a 5 foot easement all the way around, which is just big enough for a wheelbarrow, and you got a lift station behind it that requires a minimum of 20 foot easement, which didn't get signed, now it's signed, now we'll go down and work on this. The city has to have availability to get to that, to work, access to it.
Okay.
So,
I just think there are properties that.
yeah, there's, yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have to,
We gotta do some research. let us do some, like, and I'm writing it down. It's not like I just said, yes, I will. I wrote it down.
I'll keep on.
Yeah, you probably remind me too. Okay.
Somebody make a motion to table it.
I'll make a motion that we table, Stephen Brown's alleyway on High Street until further investigation.
Mary,
Jim, you did.
Mary, you second it?
Yeah, sure.
yeah, sure.
Andrew Campbell,
Yes.
Rob Thomas.
Yes.
Mary Wiles,
Yes.
Diane Schultz.
Yes.
Passes 4-0 to Steve Brown's alleyway and David Maxey.
Okay. And we also have, Joel Bradams is here, to address the council concerning water bills. So, at this time,
I'm here to request the city eliminate the water bill there for Garrett and Alexis Dean, as they had came in and requested this water to be shut off at the end of June, or at the end of the billing cycle. That's when they moved out. And then at the beginning of July, Doyle went in and had the meter put in our name, and it turned out we both ended up with a meter for July, a water bill for July. So I just need their water bill eliminated.
And yours started when?
Ours started at the beginning of July. And this is a water bill for July, which we have already paid.
so let me ask you this. Let me see if I understand this. So, was this your daughter or granddaughter?
Granddaughter.
This is your granddaughter. And she came to the city when?
Well, it was at the end of the June billing cycle.
When did she move in? When did she move in there?
No, she would be out.
She moved out. But how long had she been there? How long had your granddaughter been in?
7 years.
So she's been there a while? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, did she have a deposit down on the?
I don't know.
So we don't know if there was a deposit in her name.
Did she have a deposit?
I don't know if she did or not.
Okay.
She didn't say anything about her wanting the deposit back. She just told us that she got this bill and she had water disconnected
Well,
at the end of the June cycle.
all I'm saying is a lot of times, like the last bill, most people have a water deposit. I've seen it on there. And they will say, this last bill, take it out of my water deposit. If I'm owed any money, send me. If I owe you, I'll send you.
Yeah.
That's what I was
I
asking.
really don't know what happened there
Okay.
with that.
If you look at the dates, the top bill says from June 26th to July 25th. The bottom one has from July 8th until July 30th. So they're overlapping.
So there was.
They're actually both bills for July.
Yeah.
That's the way it was.
But just.
Well, and then if you notice the meter
Same
readings,
month, yeah.
if you notice the meter readings, the ending of her reading is also the ending of our reading.
Yeah.
They have the same ending.
And this one is running, then this one down here is running in between.
Yes, this one starts with it. Yeah,
And there was some-
our bill is actually in between, our numbers are in between her numbers, yeah.
Well, see, the bottom one only bills for, what is it, like a gallon?
That's 100 gallons.
100 gallons. And then the one at the top, it's got 1900, so.
So that's 190 gallons.
Oh, okay, okay.
And it's kind of odd that the total bill for 190 gallons is $81. And the total bill for 100 gallons is 84.
Well,
I mean, nothing on this paper makes sense.
well, that's in lots on the usage. When you hit certain usage, it will throw you into another category.
Yeah,
It isn't per gallon usage, is it, Jesse?
Yeah,
It's per 100 gallon.
Per 100.
It's per 100 gallon.
Well, you could go, we
But
could
so
say,
it's-
we could say $2.40 per 1,000, or we could say 24 cents per 100. Follow? On here, we listed as the next 1,000 gallons at $2.40.
Okay, if this young lady paid the bill through to the end of June,
Yes, she did.
okay, then the bill for you would start on July 1.
And that would be fine.
So we've got a week lag
we've paid for the trash every week, and we've paid for every gallon of water. So, by the meter readings, I don't know, it doesn't make sense that hers ended at the same number that ours ended.
And the only thing we're talking about is,
I just need hers eliminated.
the only thing we're talking about is the water and sewer, because trash was on these two, was it not?
Yes, it is.
And were they not a little funny?
They are, it was,
Where you got $70.64 on one and $137 on the other?
No, it's $5.
$5.88 on the top one.
Okay. See, both of them, this was what struck me, because both of them should have been $15.50.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
But,
tell you.
I'm not trying to confuse you, but
It's almost like
there was
everything.
another thing that I looked at, when I first looked at that, I said, how the heck?
I know, it's all kind of odd because nothing makes sense. The dates, the meter readings, the charges, nothing makes sense on there. But I can assure you, Doyle and I have paid for all of July for that residence. We paid for the
So
water,
let me
we
ask
paid
you,
for trash,
let me ask this question, which bill did you pay then?
we paid the bottom.
The bottom, you paid the bottom.
Yes.
You know, in actuality, if you look at the top bill and the bottom bill, if we eliminated the top bill, she still owes for 1 week worth of water sewer, because that didn't take effect until the 8th day of July. But I figured, me and Diane just talked to, I figured since it's our screw up here at the city, let's eliminate that top bill and go with the bottom bill.
Well, here's another
I'm
thing.
fine with that. I just have a question. On the account number, is the account number tied to the meter, or is the account number tied to the
I think it's
individual?
tied to the person, when the person's.
That's
So
very
let
good.
me explain why there's two,
Well-
because there's a 0 and then a 1.
It goes back to what I talked about with one name with two different accounts. Now those, and I did find out, for instance, just for example, that guy had 2 different bills and they had different account numbers. So Mary, I would say, when it says account number, I would say that's the account number, not the number of the meter. That's what I am thinking.
Yeah,
okay?
that was the-
Now you've got a
Well,
situation,
my concern is how are we gonna avoid this, because how do you know what meter that bill's attached to?
Well, the property location.
Well,
They
see,
don't
she's
have
got-
a meter on it.
But look at her address, she's got a Rolla address, so that would throw up, that's an
No,
out of state.
But the property location is on there.
Where's it at? No, it's not.
Right here, 110, north of bottom right hand.
bottom right.
So do we not have any way to cross-reference to make sure we're not sending 2 bills to the same
Well,
location?
what we need to do is we need to remove
Yeah, we need to
this
remove
one
the-
altogether, the
I don't
Garrett.
believe she got a
and that
bill
Lexus.
for
Okay, come on,
August.
let's look
I
at
mean,
the
for
dates,
September.
let's look at the dates. Everything is all screwed up.
Yeah, I want to ask a
Okay.
question. I mean, very quick.
Right. It's just like-
7/08/19 to 7/30/19. I mean, the trash, that's not even for a full month, but it's 17/64, it's 15/50.
Hey,
Thank you.
Oh,
And then the
we-
top one, and then the top one is
I'll tell you,
$5
guys, we can wipe off the trash, that's no problem.
Yeah.
It's the water that we have to be concerned with, that's all I'm saying.
Well, I
Something
agree with
you guys-
Barb. This,
I
the bottom
agree,
bill,
yeah.
that's the one you paid,
Yes.
we should be good with that.
But it still doesn't, I'm just concerned with.
And I'm not worried about the week's worth of free water or
No.
sewer.
It's not
That's-
free water because
No.
the meter will
We'll
tell us
read.
how much we owe.
Next month.
Right, I understand,
You get your next
but
bill.
your
Yeah.
billing isn't gonna start until, after, July the 8th.
I think what you're saying is the top bill goes from the 26th to the 25th, the bottom goes from 08 to 30.
Right.
So,
Did you see the week's difference? But I'm not,
Yeah, let's-
neither here nor there.
now here's another thing too. The other, if you want to do this, if you want to eliminate this top bill, then we just make sure that this account number is no longer there.
Yeah, you
Under
eliminate the
their
account
name.
number, the
Under
person,
their name.
everything.
Mr. Mayor, may I remind the council that according to the water and sewer bonds, water cannot be given away.
Well, it wasn't.
No, we're not
Yes,
getting
No
water.
one said it was given away.
And the easy way to solve the problem would be for to produce the receipts.
That's what we got right here.
No, I don't have a receipt for this top bill because the water meter,
Barb, are you
you
believe
can
it's...
read the water meter today and go back to this first number, and you'll pay for every gallon.
I make a
Barb,
motion that we eliminate the Garrett and Alexis Dean bill reference account number 1297001
Because of a clerical error.
because of a clerical error. These are basically duplicate of one bill that's been submitted to two individuals for the same account. So therefore,